Hello, probably no one, and welcome back to What I Think. It's gonna be a little bit unusual video, but I'm gonna be talking about one of my favorite things that'll happen after the 2020 election, and that is liberal idiots crying about how Trump won. Yes, I'm counting my chickens before they hatch, but leave me alone. Who would honestly vote for Biden? I mean, look at the guy. He can't even remember some of his speeches when they're written down right in front of him. Come on, man. But anyway, not here to talk about that. I'm talking about how liberal idiots will be crying about that. Because after the 2016 election, you had a bunch of that, a bunch of crying, a bunch of protesting and stuff like that for no freaking reason. And also people saying that the election of Trump was worse than 9/11. Cheese and rice. How could you be that insensitive as to compare an election of a president that you just don't like to the deaths of, I don't remember the specific amount of people. I have it up on screen now because I'm an idiot, but comparing that to an election of a president that you just don't like is absolutely, absolutely terrible. You are a terrible person, and you do not deserve the rights that you have in this country. But, that's just what you get with some people, They're just going to be that much of a terrible person that they just think, oh, Orange Man bad, I heard this from a tweet, he's worse than 9/11, he's worse than Hitler, blah, 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 blah. Pretty sure there's going to be a lot of that after the 2020 election, too. And, if Biden wins, I mean, golly, why? Pretty sure we're just gonna tell him he won, put him in a mock Oval Office in a nursing home somewhere far, far away, and just tell him he won, and then he'd be happy, But if he did win, I don't know what I would do. I mean, based on what he has said, he's for defunding the police, which I don't know what that would even fix. Honestly, I mean, if you even think that defunding the police has any benefits, please tell me what they are. Because the only one that I can think of is that if a police department is overfunded, which that is very rare, that they would take just a little bit, but they need funding. Police departments need funding, and if they're underfunded, they can't train officers. And if they can't train officers, you have more bad officers and more innocent people being killed. And that we have seen over the past couple of months is not good. And people that are calling for complete abolition of American police departments, you are completely stupid. You need to go to mental ward. Just, chill there for a couple of years, and then you might be okay when you come back out. But I mean, you can't change some of these people. I mean, they call for defunding. They call for a complete abolition of police. And when police are not around, they're the first to call police because they don't know what to do with their lives. They're like, oh my gosh, this guy's attacking me, someone call the police. They only want something if it benefits them. They only want it's like some of these girls that are talking about how they want equality, but when men have inequality, they're like, oh, that doesn't count. They only want equality when it benefits them. So, that's basically the same thing with most Black Lives Matter people. Not all of them. I mean, some of them believe there is a general injustice in the system. And there is. A lot of times there is an injustice in the system. But that's not always the police's fault. That's the police is not, the police officer is not the judge and the jury. They are like the people that bring them to the judge to be judged. If gosh, I'm at a loss of words if you believe that we should completely abolish and even defund. I mean, like, have you seen what's happened in cities where they have defunded the police? Just take a look at LA. Yeah, that's what I thought. But, oh, and also look at Chaz Chop. People thought that would work out. Nope, didn't even last a couple of weeks. I think it lasted 2 or 3, which I was very surprised about. Like, they did a decent job. 2 weeks, good job. You get a gold star, buddy. I was thinking it would last 2 days. Like 6 people would get shot in the first day, and then they'd just be like, no. But no. It still took a couple of people to die before the mayor would finally be like, oh, okay, I'll send some people in. It's just stupid. I think I got off track of my original thing. I just got on a rant. Sometimes I like to rant, like Alex Jones over here. He's a cool dude. He's kind of crazy about some things. Don't believe everything he says, but I do like hearing him talk sometimes, But I mean, that's kind of the video. I mean, I'm almost at 50 subscribers. So if you could please, just like hit that button down there that's red. This one right here that's on screen right now, right here. If you could like tap that, like poke it with your finger exactly 1 time, it would give me a subscription, and that's good, cause that's what YouTube's all about. Anyway, that's what I think.